Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Trending Thursday. My name is Glenn Tompkins, Senior Stock Market Strategist for VectorVest. Glad to be here. Glad to have you here. If you can hear me loud and clear, by all means, please respond in the affirmative, preferably with VV Nation, to let me know that we are coming across loud and clear. I got to clear this thing, Joey. Joey's in the background. Joey's back from vacation. It's a couple of days. Man, Joey comes back from vacation. He doesn't know what he's supposed to be doing. You got the mouse? I need to close this thing that's in my chat. Tell me when I can do it.
You're good.
All right. So welcome back, Joey. I have a guest today. We're going to get to that in a second, which I think is going to fit right into what's going on in the market right now. A lot of people who are holding stocks that are going down in price, and you're wondering what you need to do. Between Ryan and I, we've been talking a lot about how to manage those stocks, what to do. But I got a great guest on today, can give you another way to generate income while this is going on. So if you're interested in that, they're gonna be up in a couple of minutes. You know me though, I just want to get started in what's going on in the market. And before we even get started, you know me, I don't like the politics, but my first two stories when we get into them will be political stories that are affecting the market. So I'm just putting that up there real quick. There's not going to be a lot of deep discussion into those stories, except for they are on the political realm that are affecting, there's a bleed over into how these two stories are affecting the market as a whole. All right. So I'm putting that up in there just real quick, just to let you know. Will a lot of you go away? I hope not, but I just want you to appreciate the reasons why those two stories are here. All right. We're not going to get into that yet, but just some things going on. The money still is moving away from the tech stocks. Tech stocks taking another hit today. Just let you know, short term, I am playing SOXX. SOXS. Why? Because of the beating that the stocks are taking in in the computer space, in the in the micro, and all of that stuff. All right. In the semiconductor, that's the word I was trying to get out. I am of the mindset of short term. I think this is a good way to absorb some of the hurt that your tech stocks are taking that you're trying to hold long term. All right. So I'm just bringing that up to you for that. I loaded up on defense stocks again today, says Pennywise. I think that's a good play. Gold is almost a good play. I think you got to watch the dollar though. You definitely got to keep your eye on the dollar. If the dollar's moving up today, so gold is taking a little bit of a hit. But gold, I think, is still a good play. Oil, maybe not so much. Banks, I think, are a good play. But we're going to talk a lot about those stocks and a couple of stocks from an earnings perspective that I need you to keep your eyes on. All right, so overview, and we're going to get deeper into the stories of what's going on with the Fed, what's going on with the possible rate cut in September. You guys know where I stand on that, but I got some more information that we're going to talk about as far as that goes. So overall, we know that the VectorVest composite, you look right there, the composite, the MTI, got to that level of 1.5, as you can look over here, and now starting to pull back a little bit. Have we topped? Man, and it's interesting. Jerry talked about it in the Daily Color Guard report, how fast we move from the MTI being below 1 to moving to 1.5. I don't think I can remember a time of it being that quick, that we've gone from an MTI below 1 to an MTI above 1.5 in that short of a time frame. So I think a lot of the move was the move into the lower dollar stocks. A lot of the move was a lot of people are thinking that the Fed is definitely going to cut in September. I still do not believe that, but I think that the euphoria of the rate cut in September is pushing this market, is pushing this market. All right, again, we're going to get into a lot of those different things. But I do want to bring on my guest today in regards to trading in this current market right now to generate income. I got Ron Wheeler, who is deeply involved in our options program. He's going to talk about the options paycheck course that you can go to today live as a way of seeing how you can eventually generate 3% a month. How does that come out to? That's 36% a year trading one option trade. One option trade. 36% a year. So, everybody in the room, type of one in the room to welcome my guest today, Ron Wheeler. I can't get my stream deck to work, so I can't, Joey's got to work on that. So I'm going to have to give a hand clap. This is my golf clap. Everybody in the room, if you do know him, type of one. Even if you don't know him, type A1 as well. He is one of the most well-versed people I know in regards to options. And Ron, tell them who you are, what you do, and why you're here.
Well, thank you, Glenn, for the introduction. It's good to be back with you and on Trending Thursday. I love kind of being on your show. It's always kind of fun to hear your spectrum on the market and how that works. And I don't know. I'm looking at my screen. I look so weird today because I'm on my iPad. We were getting the room set up, and my internet went out at my house. So I'm on my iPad. So my camera's kind of weird, and I'm sitting kind of weird on my chair. And I don't know. It's weird. Well, anyway, as Glenn mentioned, for the last 9 years here at VectorVest, I've run the Options Paycheck, and I also run the Ultimate Retirement Solution Group Coaching. And through all of that, through the paycheck, through what we do in the URS, our goal is to help you make, on average, 3% per month. Now, be realistic. It's not always going to be 3% per month. You're going to have months where you might make 5 or 6%. You're going to have months where you draw down 3 or 4%. But overall, my goal as a trader is to try to be a little more hands-off. I am a reformed day trader. I used to trade commodity futures back in the day and sit in front of my screens for 6-7 hours a day. And my goal was to hopefully get out of that mode. And I turned to options because the one thing I like about options, and one of the things I would definitely urge you to do if you're new to options, specifically option selling, if it's not something you've seen before, I've got kind of a new strategy of the week coming this week for those of you that are VectorVest clients. Watch my strategy of the week. I'm going to talk a lot more about the nuts and bolts behind option selling. But what I like about option selling is this. And the reason why it gives you a fighting chance, and the reason why we call this an income trade is this. Say you have a stock. Stock's $100. You go out there, you buy 100 shares of it, right? If the stock goes up, you make money. But if the stock goes sideways or goes down, you don't make money. Now, in the option selling world, we can set up a trade that says, all right, the stock's at 100. As long as it stays above 95, I can still make money. As long as it stays above 90, I can still make money. And as long as you do the nuts and bolts of that trade correctly, your risk and your reward is going to work out. Last year, for my entire year, I think I was about 60% right in my trades, which as a day trader, 60% right was like incredible if I got that. 60% right is really, really good. And if you can control your risk reward, like we teach you in the options paycheck concept, you're going to make money. You're going to have months, I'll be completely honest. It's one of the things I like as a trader. I like being honest. July, looking like a drawdown month for me so far with the market kind of rallying, and then it looks like it topped real quick. I'll probably have some drawdown this month.
Ron, I think people would be happy if they could do 60% on trading their regular stocks, much less just options.
Right. And like I said, 60%, people get so I don't know. I get so frustrated when I see Facebook and Instagram, all these crypto models out there. It's like, oh, I could win every trade. It's like, listen, I'd love to do that. But if I can get 60% a year and I can control my risk appropriately, I love it. And if I can do it with a hands-off approach where I'm not sitting in front of my screen 8 hours a day, that's beautiful. And, that's what options has given me as an investor. So, I went from, again, day trading to where I kind of soft transitioned into options. And I've been doing nothing but options now for about 15 years. And the core principles of what I do, probably about 90% of what I do, in fact, is I do these option spreads. And I do bull puts, bear calls, very, very simple. And that makes up the majority of what I do. I pick good stocks rising in price when the market's moving up, bad stocks falling in price when the market's moving down. And, I do some trades on the S&P 500. It's one of my bread and butter strategies that I've always done for the last 15 years. And two trades, all you really need to do. And, as I tell people, as long as you follow the rules, follow risk management, VectorVest guiding you for stock selection is always the key as far as I'm concerned, you're going to be okay. I always say, my whole thing is putting probability on your side. If you follow directions, if you listen to the plan we set out there, you are putting probability greatly on your side of being profitable. And it's something that we've done over the last 9 years. I've been doing the Ultimate Retirement Solution Group now for, really 6-7 years. My average is to try to make around 3% per month. So that's 36% per year. I think in 6 out of the 8 years I've done that. And, so it has a track record, it has a proven track record. Like I said, this month I'm probably going to have some drawdown because of the way the market's gone. That's fine. We get right back up on the horse. As soon as the market conditions stabilize again, we start placing more and more trades. So, one of the things that I do is, it's kind of funny. I don't know, I'm kind of rambling here, but I like to ramble. What can I say? I was talking amongst some of the other instructors a while back, and they're like, Ron, what new are you doing in the options world? What's changed in the way you trade options in the last couple of years? Well, I really can't think of anything that's changed. For 8 years, 9 years here at VectorVest, I've used the same scans. I've used the same options concepts. I've used the same trades. Nothing's really changed for me. It's something that works, it's consistent, and it's been really, really good. And again, the majority of the things that I do, they're really stuck on 2 trades, bull puts and bear calls. That's really all you need to do to have a really good chance at being successful in creating an income stream.
So I got the website pulled up, and it says in this workshop, and this is a free workshop, folks, before anybody starts running off, this is free. All right, Joey put the link in the chat for you guys. But in here, number 1, the major mindset shift. Number 2, the 3 biggest mistakes. Number 3, how to trade with very little risk. How many of you are out there wanting to trade with very little risk? Just type the word me in there. How many of you out there want to trade with very little risk? Type a me out there. And number 4, a bulletproof 5-step system. There it is, right there. This is going to be occurring today. What time, Ron?
4:30, I believe.
At 4:30 today. Again, Joey put the link in the chat. We've got some testimonies up there. Again, it's a free workshop. Bill says unrealistic. Oh, no. Let me tell you something. I don't push nothing. I've seen this in action. I've talked to many people, Bill, who trade using this scenario. And again, this is if nothing else, Bill, at least go with an open mind and listen. Define risk is one of the keys to financial peace of mind. You can trade some big dollar stocks and only risk hundreds of dollars. And Ron walks you through all of that. And I love the way Ron talks in regards to options. A lot of people are afraid of options. Ron really is. How many of you have heard Ron? How many people have heard Ron and are super comfortable with the plan that he's got set out for the options paycheck? Type a 1 in the room. How many of you have already listened to Ron and have made money utilizing this? So Bill, you know me, I don't push nothing, right? You know that about me. I've seen it in action. I've talked to many, and look at the chat, Ron. Look at the chat, Bill. Look at the chat. All right, so 1, but uncomfortable to go. So Stephanie, that becomes an idea of having confidence in what you're. What can you say, Ron, to those people who are still on the fence about playing options?
Start small. Start small. The nice thing is these trades, and oh, by the way, for Bill, yeah, listen, I welcome healthy skepticism. You should be skeptical of everything. You really, really should. The one thing that I say about me, and the one thing that I do is all the trades that I do are basically live in front of students. So I keep like wingman tracker results of, for the last couple of years. Then I have other kinds of results too. So, like I said, out of the 8 years, I think that I've been doing this now for VectorVest, I want to say we hit that goal 6 out of 8 years. So it's realistic. Now, that's why I say, remember, it's on average 3% per month. So don't think you're going to make 3% solidly every month. You may have, I think last year, I lost 7% in January. And then in February and March, I made like 12.5%. So you're going to have those months of drawdown. Like I said, it's only July 18th, but I'm probably going to have some drawdown this month from the way the market has gone. So skepticism is healthy, and it's a good thing. You should always be skeptical when you hear things. But, at least try it out. At least take a look at it and see what you think. And then as far as, starting out, I would say start small. I'm not a big fan of paper trading, but one of the big hurdles I've seen in the options world is brokerages. People are very nervous about placing trades, especially with options, because they don't know the nuts and bolts of what can happen to an option. They think that, oh my gosh, if this goes wrong, I'm gonna have this huge loss, or I'm gonna get put into this stock position. One of the reasons why we do the things that we do with bull puts and bear calls is it protects you. It maximizes your loss. You can never be sitting there like a deer in the headlights because you've lost way more money than you thought you could. We play these trades with probability. We make sure you have good risk reward. So if you can follow, a very, very easy to follow checklist and guideline, place trades with one contract until you're comfortable. Don't risk a ton of money. Just be comfortable at one contract. Find a good broker that you're comfortable with, whether it's, Thinkorswim or Tasty Trade or Fidelity. Find a broker that you're comfortable with. We have a lot of walkthrough videos available for brokers out there that'll help you, place those trades. We have checklists that kind of help orient you to doing things step by step by step. So follow a detailed plan. And if you do things right, you're going to have a really, really, really hard time not making money.
There you go. All right. Someone asked, how much is the course? I'll let that be talked about in the free presentation. You'll cover that in the presentation, Ron?
I will. And
right.
Even before we talk about that, I will tell you this. I have a money-back guarantee on my courses. So if, just like we do at VectorVest, if it's something that you're interested in, you want to say, hey, you know what, I'm willing to give this a look. I'm willing to, let Ron show me this, see how it works. And if you don't think it's worth it, if you don't think it's real, we always give you your money back. And of course, the free presentation we're doing tonight, that of course, we'll be glad to give your money back on that too. But
we'll give you back free.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. But seriously, one of the things that I'm a big believer in is I don't want you to have to believe me. I want you to just come there, keep an open mind. If it's something that interests you, give it a shot, give it your best effort. If you don't see the value of it, if you don't see how it's going to work for you. And one of the cool things about when I do the live curriculum, we do it in August and September. September is a live trading month. I teach you the principles of credit spreads in August. And then in September, we're actually going to trade together for a month. You're going to be invited to my coaching group where I place live trades, where I look for markets. And you can see, hey, is this legit? Is Ron actually doing this? Does it actually make money? And you can judge it off there. I would urge you not to judge it off 1 month's performance, even if it's really, really good or really, really bad, which has never been really, really bad. But if it's really good, understand that you're going to have months where it's really good. If you have some drawdown, you have months where there's drawdown. But you're going to see us actively do this. And that's one of the big things that, we love about the course is you're going to learn it and you're going to do it. And that's why it's been so successful for us for the past, 8-9 years.
The only one champ. Will it be recorded? It's going to be recorded for the people who take the course. It's going to be recorded for the people who take the course.
Yeah, and then like tonight's presentation will be recorded also. But to get the recording, you got to register. So at least make sure you register for the free event.
And Joey put the alert in there again. Once you get to that alert, once you get to this link, right here it says reserve my seat now. There it is. Thank you, Joey. Click on reserve my seat now. And that's how you make sure that if you can't make it, you get the recording. All right, Ron, is there anything else you want to add to this?
Not really. And like I said, please, I mean, I welcome the being skeptical, but just keep an open mind. That's all you can really, really do. You know, and you'll find out if it's right for you, if the trading styles we do are looking good. You know, keep a healthy skepticism. It's cool. I've been doing this for a long, long time. So, you know, one of the things that I never want to do is overpromise something. You know, so keep that healthy skepticism. Keep it in every trading venture you do. But, you know, also keep an open mind to learn some different things and to see what really can be accomplished if you follow a good plan. So it's doable. It's doable for everyone.
Excellent. Well, Ron, once again, thank you for being here. You know I love having you here whenever I can. Put the ones up in the room for one more time. Batman and Robin, go reserve your seat for the free presentation tonight. The cost will be covered. The cost will be covered.
I still think my face looks weird. I'm just saying.
you know, I don't try
iPad anymore.
You know, I don't ever try to sell anything on the channel. All right, so but this is free. Go listen to him. I love that he said, go listen to him with an open mind, especially if you don't know a lot about options. Just do that. All right. So again, thank you, Ron, and we are going to continue on with the rest of Trending Thursday. I set the plate in regards to what was going on in the market, and now we're going to get a little deeper into what news is moving the market as Joey gets this all set back up. I'm watching.
Click this.
Oh, what am I clicking on?
Just up here. I don't know. I don't have any. I can't control it.
All right.
Click this. Whatever.
Click that. There we go. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me now. Look at me now. All right, so there we go.
I think I really did it.
Huh?
I think I really did it. I just needed you to click on.
No, I did it.
No, you didn't.
I clicked on it. All right. So thank you again. What about 3% per week, Stephanie? That's what Ron's workshop is going to cover. How to generate It's not 3% per week. It's 3% per month. 3% per month. Glenn, great lesson for incorporating stops yesterday. Stopped out with significant upside. Thank you, Ryan and VV. Woo! I'm glad. I know crickets. No, stop it, energy. All right. Let's get into some news that's moving the market. And I told you, I did give you the disclaimer. That the first two, that the first two stories were going to be political. But they're tying out and over into the stock world. Elon Musk says we're moving Twitter and SpaceX to Texas. From California to Texas. That's going to be a lot of money leaving out of California, bigly. And it happened to have been because of a policy that was passed in California that he was not on board with. Again, more politicalization, but they are moving out of California and into Texas. And the second political story, Trump turns up the heat on the Fed ahead of expected rate cuts. It's something they know they shouldn't be doing. So that's a former president talking about what the Fed should and shouldn't do when it comes down to a Fed cut. We all know that I think that I think it's almost baked in that the 2% is there. Again, I still don't feel that. But wait, there's another story. There's another side of it. Why the Fed, and this is from the Wall Street Journal, why the Fed should cut rates now, not wait until September. All right. Interesting story. Because I don't have a subscription to the Wall Street Journal, I didn't get a lot of the story, but two different sides of the Fed cut story. I did show you yesterday on the market climate graph, one of the three biggest movers in the market is earnings. Earnings are still going up overall. I think it's tough for you to cut interest rates into a market where earnings is still rising. All right. So we'll see. All right. Talking about inflation and talking about it still. Remember the ECB made a cut? And then I had Akshaya and a couple other people saying, oh, yeah, the U.S. should follow. We didn't. How about now on the next decision, ECB keeps rates unchanged as inflation pressures persist. I think that this definitely comes in and talks about different markets. Just because one market lowered interest rates doesn't mean that we had to. Asif says, Glenn, all news are not true. I didn't say that they were. And when it talks about the Fed story, I had both sides of the coin. I do that on purpose. I try to do that on purpose so that I am not putting myself on one side or another. I want you guys to have an open mind about what's going on both sides of the coin. All right. I've given you my reason why I don't think that we still need a rate cut yet. We all know that normally you give a rate cut to spur up the economy. The economy doesn't need it. All right, the economy doesn't need it. All right, let's go to the next one. How about this? BlackRock sets a 0.25% fee for spot Ethereum ETF ahead of potential launch. Ryan did a short yesterday on BlackRock being one of the first few people that will have access to an Ethereum ETF, and more will be coming. I like selling call. I love that you guys do talk to yourself. Part of tech sell-off was due to talk about regulating AI technology. I don't know. I hadn't seen a lot of news on that, Dave. Regulating. But I'm not saying that it's not out there. I just hadn't seen the news on it, Dave C. All right. So the Ethereum ETF is on its way. We did get the Bitcoin ETF. It took off like a rocket and now it's settled in. I'm wondering if the Ethereum ETF will do the same thing. We'll keep our eyes on that. Let's talk about a couple of earnings stories. TSM hikes revenue outlook to reflect heated AI demand. I still think that nothing is diminished on AI. I think a lot of people have taken their profits on AI stocks. That's all that I think. I think that this move to the Russell 2000 is short-lived. I don't think it's going to be long. I don't think it's going to be very long. But AI is not out of the picture, folks. AI is not out of the picture. What's up, Jazz? Earnings and profit, but the stupid survey in New York has down to the stock July 24th earnings report coming. Yeah, we'll see. And again, I don't think that AI is out of the picture yet. Here's a drug stock, Novartis, raises profit guidance as key drug boosts sales. Gotta love that too. Now a stock that everybody's going to be thinking, well, Glenn loves, I like me some Palantir. Palantir stock up over 60% this year, but analysts say the story remains very undervalued and misunderstood by the street. I am a big, wow, thank you, Kathy. I got us a little super chat there. Everybody type a 1 in the room for the super chat. Kathy, give me a stock. I'll take a look at it right now. Kathy, give me a stock. I will take a look at it right now. Batman and Robin, hold on that. Let me see if I can get that into one of the stocks that we look at today. I think geopolitics is blunting TSM's jump. Watch Ryan's video tonight. He's going to talk about the geopolitics. Wow. Kathy just whoa. Wait, thank you. Wow. Way to go. Another. Man, type a 2 in the room for Kathy right now. Good. Googly muggly. Thank you, Kathy. Wow. You still got to give me a stock. As a matter of fact, give me 2. All right. Wow. Janice says Palantir is just like Glenn, undervalued and misunderstood. Joey, look for her stocks for me, please, in case I missed them. Kathy, I need 2 stocks from you, and I will pull them up right now. I will pull them up right now. And Jazz says, what is that, Kathy? What Kathy did is she gave us a super chat. It's just a way for anybody in the room to say that they really appreciate what we're doing. That's all that is. It is not a necessity, but it is much well liked and appreciated. All right. So, but Kathy didn't give me any stocks yet. I need those stocks. I'll pull them up. And then I got another story. That says Wedbush says Palantir stock could nearly double from here. Now, I'm not going that far. I'm not going to say that it could nearly double. I know that Palantir's got a lot of contracts out there globally. They got a lot of contracts out there globally. Oh, I know, Janice. I know. I totally knew. I knew that. All right. I totally knew that, Janice. I didn't look at it as bad. Anyway, Jake says Reachma's Nitro TQQ was very quick buy and sell this morning. He's got I love the timing signal on it. I've looked at it. I know Steve Chappell has done a lot of looking into it before we actually put it into the system as a trading system. What is anybody remember what my profit target on Palantir was? I wrote it down. Hold on. If anybody in the room remembers, what was my profit target on Palantir? Anybody? I wrote it on notes. Palantir, $32. Thank you, Janice. I didn't say $250, Jake. I gave it $32 was my profit target on Palantir. What is it trading at right now? I don't know what it's trading at right now. But I thought it was, I had to go look through my notes. It was $32. All right, so 2 stories on Palantir. Amazon Prime, look at that. Amazon Prime Day drives U.S. online sales to a record $14.2 billion. 14. I'm glad you guys wrote it down because I had to go look. So we're going to go see what Palantir is sitting at. It's at 28.66. I gave a profit target of 32. So we'll see. We'll see if it gets there. And then if it does get there, I'm going to reassess and give it another one. All right, so that's all the news that's missing, making the market move today. Let's get into the system. Where am I at? Let's get into the system. Go to VectorVest program, and let's go to the market timing graph real quick. This is what the market looks like. All right, this is what's going on in the market. The pullback in the Qs, the pullback in the tech. We can clearly see it. We got a little bit of a bearish harami followed through today. And you know something? I'm still okay. Even in the market right now, the MTI is at 1.33. So we did pull off the high. The high that we had was 1.33, 1.45. The day before that, 1.49. Right in that level. 2 days ago, we're sitting at 1.49, and we are pulling back off of that. I've got a support level on the VectorVest composite sitting at $67.13. Let's go see what happens from that point. $67. We're at 68.02. I think the market will still have legs if this level of support holds. All right. So with that being said, let's go see what stocks are what. Let's go see what the markets are doing. Again, I did pick up Qs today. I'm going to see how that holds out. But all of the markets, everything is moving down. So we still have some more downward pressure on the market. Look at the VIX, though. People are getting fearful in the market. The VIX is now up to 15.95. Once it gets to 20, that's when we know we've got a volatile market. It's not there yet. But look at this, up 10% today. I can't remember the last time the VIX was up that much. People are getting fearful in the market. All right, all of the major indices are down. The biggest mover is the Russell 2000, where all that pressure was going. Man, now it's a big pullback. Go back to the graphs real quick. Again, I've got a good support level. I'm going to hold that on the market, but 2 down days. 1 day doesn't make a trend. 2 days doesn't make a trend either. Let's go see what starts going into tomorrow. I do like that the MTI has pulled off of the level of looking for a top. All right, let's go look at the big news stocks today, the stocks that made the news that I showed today. Starting off with Amazon, big day, big move for Amazon, but moving down. The only stock that's moving up today is what? Palantir. Still know that it's more of a speculative play where relative value and relative safety are both below 1, but the stocks got the fastest RT in the list as well. The fastest moving stock in here. Once Palantir gets to that level of 32, which I hope it does, then I'll reassess and give you another profit target on it. BlackRock, because of the Ethereum ETF coming out, the Qs, I got the Qs in the IWM in regards to the market. TSM earnings only down about 1%. Amazon, because of Prime Day and Novartis drug, man, it's just down today. If I were looking at any of these stocks to get into today, the one I'd look at would be Palantir. Why? Because it is moving. Let's go to a 3-month graph. And I think the graphs will tell the story. Stephanie, we'll take a look at Meta. Look at that. A lot of sell-off on today. Look at that. A lot of sell-off on today, but still in the fast lane. That's what I'm looking for. Is it in the fast lane? It is. That could be a sign to tell me to take some of this off the table. But I'm waiting to see if it closes in the middle lane. NVIDIA is also positive. Thank you, Bikramjet. Palantir has a strong CI too, Glenn. I do know. All right, so I do like that stock. What else is in the list? BlackRock in the fast lane. If you're in it, leave it alone. If you're not, I'd wait because I don't want to buy on a down day. The Qs are in the actually closing into the slow lane. The Qs are really getting beaten up. So is TSM, even after the earnings. Even after the earnings, TSM is still getting beaten up. Look at where the candle is in the slow lane. I still don't think AI is done. Don't get me wrong. I still don't think AI is done. The nice move coming into the fast lane for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row. It did break. Look at that. It did break the Bollinger Band. What have I always told you about that? It's going to quickly regress back to the mean, but it's still in the fast lane. Those IWM is still in the fast lane, but you got to have stops in place. Wow. And Amazon looks poopy. The Novartis, this was an earnings thing. It is in the middle lane. I don't know if I would buy it. Let's go see if I got some stocks for you to buy, though. Stocks on the fly. I ran this earlier just before we came on. I looked at stocks that were coming out of the Star Search, out of my pinch, and into the fast lane. I got a couple of stocks, but notice that 2 out of the 3 stocks are going up, even though all of the indices are down. I'd be careful with buying anything right now with a down day, with a nice down day in the market. I'd be careful with buying anything. But it's interesting that in the Star Search, I did find 2 stocks that are moving up after the pinch and now breaking out into the fast lane. But I would still be very careful with these. Did I do the MPI? No, I did not. I did not do that because of what's going on in the market right now. I do want to keep my eyes on Contras. Is it time to buy Contras yet? With 2 down days, how many of you feel that it's okay to start buying Contras now? Type of 1 in the room. How many of you feel comfortable that it's time to buy Contras now? If you don't think so, type of 2. We use the Gotham platform. I'm telling you that the Palantir layout platform is, from what I can see and what I've done research on, is freaking amazing. That's why companies are coming across to Palantir globally because of what they do. All right, some people say it's okay to buy. So let me not yet. So let me help you out with this. Let's go graph these. All right, let's go graph these, and let's go see if there's anything in here that I'm willing to buy yet. You know, the market's been going up. Contras have been going down because the market's gone up. Let's go see. Ooh. Would I take that? Wow. I might. You might, Rabbit, you might. Would I throw a match into this lighted stove if my friend Clancy was in there? How many of you, if you know, you know? Just type a LOL if you know. Just type a LOL in the chat if you know. If you know, you know. If you don't know, don't type an LOL. All right, if you know, you know. Very interesting. Janice says dip a toe in the water. Very interesting, Janice. This stock has moved from the slow lane to the middle lane and nicely in the fast lane. Let's go to the next one. Hibbs, not yet. UVXY, possibly. Vincent, I'm with you. Vincent, I am with you. Shut up, Rabbit. Shut up. When somebody tells me to shut up, I shut up. And you know, shut up, shutting up. Bugs Bunny is probably the best, and that probably is one of the best cartoons ever. One of the best cartoons ever right there. All right. I would keep my eyes on UVXY. Same thing. Oh, and again, I jumped into SQQQ because it was up so much. I know I jumped the gun on it, but it was a quick trade. I don't think I'm holding it throughout the day. It's probably before the market closes, I'll be out of it. It was a quick trade today. I'm not out of it yet. And very little wick at the top of the candle. I got in early this morning. It was going to be a quick day trade because I saw it moving. No, Jazz. Bugs Bunny blows the Flintstones out the water. Bugs Bunny blows the Flintstones out the water. I might have Joey put up a survey, a poll on who was better, Bugs Bunny or the Flintstones. QQQ is under its 20-day moving. Is it? By the way, you're the best out there when it comes to the financial markets. Thank you for that, Vincent. Thank you. Energy said, put up the poll, Joey. Energy said, put up the poll. I'm thinking y'all want to hear about it. I'm going to keep talking about stocks. This is, throw one more in there, Joey. If you
There's no need. There's no need. It's Bugs Bunny all day.
Okay, Joey has spoken.
Bugs Bunny all day.
Joey has spoken. Wow. Woo. That sent chills up my spine. Wow, Joey put his foot down. Joey never puts his foot down. Joey said it's Bugs Bunny. All right. Keep your eye on SQQQ, though. Again, mine is a day trade today just to take advantage of a big move. We'll see. Who's prettier, Wilma Flintstone, Betty? Nah, I'm not getting into that. Because my wife could be listening. Techs, look at that. They're getting beaten up. The tech stocks, this is the German side of the tech stocks. Look at that in the fast lane. If you're going to go play some of these contras, not all of them, if you're going to play some of them, make sure that they fit the mold for the Star Search. Man, look at that. Not all of these I would play. So, Janice, I'm with you. I would dip my toe in the water, but some of these say it's okay. Some of these say it's okay. When people talk Ginger and Marianne, I was Mrs. Howell. You doggone right, Pennywise. I wasn't getting into that either. Who's prettier, Ginger, Marianne, or Mrs. Howell? Nope, Mrs. Howell. Because I wouldn't, All right. I love this conversation. This is good conversation. It's fun conversation. It is fun conversation. Who is, so y'all talk about that. I'm not talking about that. All right. So what time is it? On time. Good. Customer picks, we'll get to that in a second. Remember I was talking about gold stocks on the move? All right, watch the dollar. What's the mover? Look at that. The dollar's up, gold is down. Now, the dollar's not up a lot. Don't get me wrong. The dollar's not up a lot. But, man, when the dollar's up, gold feels it. Let's go look at oil, gas, and energy. Marvel. Why are y'all trying to get all this divisiveness in here? You know, I collected Marvel comics when I grew up. I looked at DC, I called DC dumb comics. I wasn't a Superman and all that. I was a big Spider-Man fan. Big Spider-Man fan. All right, that's why Batman says, you're the man. I don't care what Joey says. Thank you, Batman. I appreciate it. Richard says, I remind him of Longhorn Foghorn. What I say, when you look at this stock, ball is on the move. You better watch that stock right there. Oh. That was my best Longhorn Foghorn right there. That was my best Longhorn Foghorn. Boyle is on the move today. This would have been another day trade for me. There's two day trades that I like in any given market when the market moves one way or the other. The Qs and natural gas. The Qs and natural gas. Because when they move just like that. And when they put their hands upon their hip, when it dips, you dip, we dip. So those are, for anybody out there who's looking for day trade that have a lot of movement, natural gas and the Qs on any given day can be good day trades. Could be two really good day trades. All right. Weekly theme, still looking at GLP-1 stocks. I did add another stock to the list, which was this Roche. I noticed that one of the only two stocks that are going up in the list today are Roche and Viking. My two best stocks in the list, though, still are going to be Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk. Those are my two best stocks, sorted by VST. Those are my two best stocks in the space. They're just both down today. But this stock has come on, and it's a cheaper stock. Keep your eyes on it. That's all I want you to do. Just keep your eyes on it. When the Qs dip, we all dip, and then we all get hurt. Nah, you got to have stops in place. You know something? I can let a stock dip as long as I got a good stop on it. Look at that. John, where is it? Eli Lilly, RT below 1, and Novo Nordisk. You know something? That's not a bad way to look at high VST stocks as a way to get out. Let's do this. I'm going to make another list. What do I want? I'm going to make another list. Where's my Glenn? Let's talk about all of your stocks. What stocks are you guys? This is outside of the stocks we're going to look at. I'm only going to look at 5 stocks. What stocks are you guys getting hurt the most on? I'm looking for only 5. I'm only looking for 5. For the first 5 that come up, which stocks are you getting hurt the most on? And really, I'm looking for more popular stocks. NBIX, LNTH. All right, I'm going to take the first ones that come up. NVIDIA, that's what I was looking for. Comma, Tesla, TSLA. How many stocks is that? One more. CLS. All right. So this is from a VectorVest perspective. Interesting. So I was going off of what was just said about using RT. All of these stocks are still in uptrends, folks. Do you see that? All of these stocks are still in uptrends, folks. The one that's got the closest one that has an RT going below 1 is MBIX. If this is a stock that you own and you're getting hurt in, if RT goes below 1, I think that's a great way to get out of a stock. Now, a lot of things that we talk about, you can do outside of VectorVest. But if you guys are looking for opportunities to get out of your stocks at the right time, I got 2 things for you to look at right here. All right? I got 2 things. As a matter of fact, hold on. What was the last stock I put? I don't remember the last stock I put up there. I'm going to take this a little further. I'm going to put in VEV, TSM, APP, AVGO. Still going to do the same thing. I'm going to show you by way of VectorVest. All right. For anybody that's out there who does not have a VectorVest subscription, I'm not going to try to sell you one, but I want to show you the power behind the VectorVest system. Which stocks have I added 4 more stocks. Which stocks has a RT below 1? Of course, energy. Why? Why would I not think you would give me the only stock on the list with an RT below 1? Nonetheless, VEV, RT below 1. Would I want to be in it now? No. Oh, how about AppLovin? RT below 1. Would I want to still be in it right now? Probably not. That's number 1. Number 2. That's why you better be laughing, energy. Is selling NVIDIA a bad idea? Bikramjet, the stock is fundamentally sound. It is a buy recommendation. There's nothing bad I can say about NVIDIA. But Bikramjet, and this is for everybody out there who's asking that question along with you. Do I want to sell it? The stock's in the slow lane. Now, do I think that NVIDIA still has great upside potential? Absolutely. What do you do with NVIDIA right here, right now? What do you do? Put out a couple of suggestions. Pennywise says selling NVIDIA is a bad idea. All right, fine. What do you do right now? Everybody somebody put something. And if you ain't got something to put out there, then most likely you probably need, you say hold. Do you really want to hold through that, Stacy? And if you're comfortable with that, okay. Sell half, great idea. Hibernate, sell calls. Sell a covered call. Second thing, I like that. Put in your stop. A third thing, I like that. Protect it. Buy a protective put. I like that. So I hate for anybody to say, yes, I want to hold it long term and take a hit during now. This is a falling channel. The stock's price most likely has more propensity to continue to fall. Buy a protective put. Sell a covered call. How about if it falls out of this channel? So I told you there was 2 ways that I could look at selling a stock. RT is one of them. Everybody in the room should know that in VectorVest, we give you a stop price on every stock. Now, Richard says that's a bull flag. All right. Even if it, and hold on. Bull flag. There's my poll. You're right. And the potential for the stock to go up would be from the low to the high right there. I can calculate that later. But Richard, if it falls out of that pennant, I'd be willing to say I'd give it up. If it falls out of that flag formation, I'd be really, really ready to get up. Don't sell it at a loss. It will recover. All right. I'm not a fan of holding it to a loss. I'm not, if I was up on the stock, what is another thing that we don't do? We don't lose more than half of what we made. And Bikram said he's down 75K on NVIDIA. I can't dare sell. And this is why I talk about this a lot. Don't ever lose more than half of what you've made. You'll never be in that situation again, Bikram Jet. You'll never be in that space again. All right. So, I just wanted to look at that from the standpoint, because that was a great question. Do I still buy more NVIDIA? Do I hold it? Looking at it from a VectorVest perspective, the stop is way down at 109, fundamentally sound. The stock still, RT is still above 1. If nothing else, I would sell some protection. I would sell a cover call or buy a protective put. Does that make sense to everybody in the room? Yes or no? Does that make sense to everybody in the room? I want everybody to answer that, because this is important stuff for everybody in this room. Does that mean you've got 2 ways within the VectorVest system to help you to never be in the situation that Bikram Jet is in, ever? Whether it's RT below 1 or looking at the stop, or better yet, look at never give away more than half of what you've made. Kiwi Meow says yes, cover call or protective put. Absolutely. All right. I wanted more people to answer, but that's okay. That's all right. This is some of the most important stuff right here, because I asked for the stocks that you guys were losing money on. And Bikram Jet, what stock did you say? NVIDIA? NVDL? Okay. All right. Let's go look at some of your stocks now. How many likes do we get? I'll give you 8 stocks. That's not the one I wanted. I'll give you 8 stocks today. Customer picks. All right. SMCI 1. ALAR 2. AXP 3. ALL 4. OUST 5. TSLS 6. SPXU 7. All is already in there. SCHG 8. What is LLI? Oh, LII 9. And AIG 10. AIG. Janice said something because somebody's laughing at it. AIG. Look at me now. AIG. All right. What did Janice say? Now I got to go look. They are too busy putting in orders to respond. I know. I hear you. When is Tesla earnings? I don't know. Joey, can you look up for me real quick when Tesla earnings is, please? Joey will let me know. All right. Here's your 10 stocks, even based off of 72 likes. I still love you guys to death. Alarm, sell. Alarm had its time and it did its thing. I hope that a lot of people, I need to keep pressing into you the idea of having stops in place. No matter what stocks Ryan and I ever give you, even on Palantir, even on ARM. Ryan loves ARM. I love Apple. No matter what stocks we talk about, I don't know if maybe we don't do enough, and maybe we need to do more about walking you through how to get out of a stock. 723. Thank you, Alfreda. Thank you, Janice. Faster than Joey. Wow. I don't even know Joey's sitting at the screen right now. I don't even know. Now he wants to put it in there like I didn't need it that way. All I just needed you to do was go 723, Joey. That's all I needed. But no, Joey had to be super highfalutin and type it in that way. All I just needed to know was the date. Sorry. All right. So I don't know if Ryan and I'm going to ask this question. Do you guys think that Ryan and I do a good job in walking you through how to get out of a stock? Yes or no? And that's important. Do you guys think that we walk you through enough of how to get out of a stock? Yes or no? All right. These are the stocks that you put up here. Let's go take a look at them. Put this on a 3-month graph. All right. Oh, gosh. SMCI. Amir, are you here? All right. So you guys are saying yes, and I appreciate that. I just want to make sure, because if we're not, then we got to work on it. SMCI wouldn't be in it. And, man, look at the big channel. I got the defined channel here. All I got a defined channel here, but it's in the slow lane as far as the star search. It's in the slow lane. I wouldn't be in it. I don't know what else I could tell you. Where's the RT on this? RT is below 1. Yeah, that's telling you all you need to know right there too. Good. Googly muggly. Allstate. Insurance companies are moving. Big wick at the top though. I do like the move on rising volume. Look at that. I don't know what news was on that, but whatever it is, big move on rising volume. RT is definitely above 1. Be careful with this one. Be careful with this one because the stock did break outside of the bands. Just be careful with it. That's all I got to say. It's moving. On a down day, this is a stock that's moving. I do like it. Watch the big wick. Watch the big wick. All right, next one. LII was doing bottom left, top right, was in the fast lane. Yesterday, got out. That would have been a good opportunity to get out. It did rebound today, but look at where it is right now. That was a good day to get out. That was a good day to get out. When it was in the fast lane before, that was a good time to get out. Wait, get back in. I love using the star search, folks. All bought in at the base. Base! How low can you go? Right here, there, and that's a nice move on the base. But look at that. First day it jumped into the fast lane, John. Boom. The stock's price was 162.04. Right now it's at 176.88. I love looking at star search, folks. It really does help to define when to get in and when to get out. American Express, was that an earnings play? No. Down day, one day doesn't make a trend. It's still in the fast lane. Leave it alone. Protective put. So, Kathy, let's say I own SMCI. Okay? It's in the slow lane. I say I want to hold it for the longest. I want to hold it long term. 797 is the price. I would buy an 800 put, 800 strike put. Actually, if I want to be out of the money, still not making any money yet, I'd buy a 795 put. But I've probably already taken a hit from this high, Kathy. I've already probably taken a hit from the high. When would I, something? I think another good question. When would I put on a protective put? How about when it goes into the middle lane? And before I get out of it, before I get out of the protective put, I've got to see the price be in or above the fast lane for 2 consecutive days. Ooh. Does that make sense to everybody in here? When do I put on the protective put? All right, let's go to the next stock. When do I put on the protective put? This stock wasn't moving up, so I'm not looking at it from that perspective. This one is moving up. Let's go most recently. Moving up. Nice moving up. If I'm thinking that I'm only doing this on stocks that I want to hold long term. If that makes sense to you, type of 1. All right. The outside of knowing when to put them on, type a yes or a no if this is making sense to you. All right. Stock was going up. I'm thinking I like this stock long term. I buy a protective put. So, Kathy, this is for you. I buy a put. What's the stock's price? $5.36. I probably buy a $5.35 put. All right. When do I take it off? 2 days in the green or 2 days in the fast lane, and then boom, right back. I could have been back into it. That would have been a faster trade. On puts. This one's still going up. I like American. If I like American Express really, really a lot, I put on my protective put once it closes in the middle lane. Oh man, AIG, big give back. Nice up day, big give back. I'd be very careful with AIG. You know something? If I own AIG, I'm not gonna be afraid to tell you to take some of those profits off the table. Shooting star. I would say I would be okay if you took some of those profits off the table. The stock, it was in the fast lane for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. Yeah, I would say I would take that off. How do you put the fast lane indicator on the graph? So McDaddy, I like that name. I'm using a layout within the VectorVest software. I'm using a layout within the VectorVest software called the Star Search layout right here. And because of the varying, what's the one I'm looking for? What's the freaking word I'm looking for? Standard deviations. Wow, I really am getting old. Due to the difference in the standard deviations, it creates 3 lanes. Slow lane, middle lane, fast lane. There's nothing that you guys need to do. It's there. It's already there for you. John says AIG, nice fast lane trade. Yeah, but be careful because of the big wicks on the top. All right, be careful. Oust. Let's say, and I don't know anything about this, but let's say bottom left, top right, green in the fast lane. Great. Say you like this stock long term and you don't want to get rid of it. As soon as the stock closes in the middle lane, you buy that protective put. Kathy, have I been able to help you out? Has that answered your question? Schwab. Now, this one I wouldn't mind holding long term. Look at that. Bottom left, top right. I'd put the put on there. I'd probably buy a 100. It closed at 101. I'd probably buy the 100 strike put. And right now, what am I in? Yeah, I'd be fine. I'd be fine. You having a Biden for... stop it, Steve. I got to start really reading this stuff. What movie is that, Joey? He's not even here. Alarum. Man, when it moved, and when it didn't, man. Huh?
I don't know.
The movie with the guy on TV and it does he reads everything off the screen.
Oh, Ron Burgundy, Anchorman.
Anchorman. Yeah. Alarm was hot when it was hot. It's not so much now. It really is not so much now. What was the closing price before it dipped? It closed. The closing price was $44.46. It went all the way down. That would have been the day to get out right there. And right now, you wouldn't still be in it right there. All right. I was looking for Kathy to answer me back, but didn't. Thanks, you, sir. What's your thought on TSM? Is that not one of the stocks on the list? Is TSM not in the list? I thought it was. If not, I'll look at it before we go. All right, there's an alarm. S&P, but that's the short side. I'm not ready to take it yet. It's still been beaten up. It's not in the fast lane. That's a contra. I'm not ready. Nice update on it. I'm not ready to take it yet, though. Tesla, the short side, moving sideways. I'd keep my eye on it, but I'm still not ready to buy it. I kept my eye on it, but I'm not ready to buy it. Glenn, do you like the name McLovin? I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Moved all my LR money into DRS, says Pennywise. Sorry for being fashionably late. You're never late. I will tell you guys you're never late. I don't know if TSM was in there or not. It doesn't look like it. But I'll go look at TSM. That'll be the last stock we look at before we go. We'll look at... Didn't they beat earnings today, though? I thought they beat earnings. TSM. I thought they beat earnings. Put this on 3-month graph. Somebody back me up on that. Did they not beat earnings? Earnings was today. I thought they beat. Nonetheless, would I buy it yet? No. Would I buy it yet? They did. Thank you, Stacy. Even with the beat, look at the price. Still right there at the slow lane. I wouldn't buy it yet. All right. Now, if you like TSM long term, it fell below right here. It fell into the middle lane. I could have put on a protective put here too. Let's go use that one. Protective put, close price. I probably would have bought the 170 put. It's close to 170 to 165. I probably would have bought the 170 put. But then I would have gotten back in. We got 2 days back into the green. I would have gotten back into another put right here. That one I would have bought the 170 put. And I would have bought the 170 put yesterday. And I'd be okay today. It's the geopolitical stuff that's holding TSM back today. So Pennywise, Ryan's going to do a video on geopolitical moves that's affecting AI. Joey, I closed my own chat today. How about that? All right, put me on the ending screen. I closed my own chat because Joey's like, nah, 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 nah. That's just how he sounds too. Joey, how do you sound? Oh, now you don't want to answer. Okay, that's fine. You don't have to answer. I'll just let VV Nation know how you sound when you be. All right, folks, we getting ready to go. Wow, look at that. Now we got one red light in the color guard pricing column. Folks, hopefully today's chat talked a lot about what you should be doing with some of the stocks that you're holding on now to. Today's conversation was really nicely rooted around that, and I'm glad. I think sometimes you need to have to do that. I'm glad that Ron Wheeler was on today, talked to you about how to generate 3% a month using one option trade. Go check out his spiel today. Joey, one more time. Oh, I can't see the chat. You can still put it in the chat, I guess, if you want to. I'll put in a link to Ron Wheeler's presentation today at 4:30. Reserve your seat. So in case you cannot watch it, you get the recording. With that, I'm done. I'll see many of you tomorrow on the Jockey Club at 9 o'clock in the morning. I do have a live stream tomorrow at 12 o'clock as well. And I will be doing the 6 p.m. video for tomorrow. I got a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. So thank you guys for being here and supporting the channel. Thank you guys so much for the super chats. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for that. So I got to go. Adios. Arrivederci. Ciao. Au revoir. Sayonara. What?
Kathy says, what's long term? 2 to a question days. How many days is long term?
Long term for me, I like to look at it as a swing trade. Long term. All right. Read the question again, Joey, so make sure I got it right.
What's long term? 2 to question days. 2 to how many days?
Long term could be really long term. I'm gonna, Kathy. Let me say, swing trade, 2 to 14 days. Swing trade, 2 to 14 days. In this day and age in the market, that's about as long term as I want to be. Except for the stocks that I hold for my retirement, that's really long term. That's months, years. But I think when I use the words long term right now, longer than the day trade or just a couple of days, I'm going to say 2 to 14 days. Did she answer back on that, Joey?
No, but she just popped that question in right as you were wrapping up.
All right, I'm going
to super chats earlier, so
I'm going to say about 2 to 14 days. In this day and age in the market, that's about it. And then I let stops manage from there. All right, now I got to go. Adios, arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, sayonara, aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii. Praying for all those people who need rain and praying for all those people who got too much rain. Odabu, bom dia, salam, shalom, namaste, yasu. Until next time, folks. See ya.